another episode of the BBCE podcast. My name is Phil Endress, and I'm here with Steve Hart, the owner of Baseball Card Exchange, and we're glad you're watching the BBCE podcast. Today we're going to be talking about, we're known for being a vintage unopened company, Baseball Card Exchange, but we're very active in the modern unopened market as well. And so today we're sort of going to be talking about the trends, what's happening in newer mainstream new releases, unopened, and the collectability of such in the years to come. So, Steve, talk to us a little bit about what Baseball Card Exchange is doing in unopened today.
No idea. No. Most of my work and what I do for the company is all vintage unopened. Mm-hmm. We do have a retail store, breaking operation, and it is 95% modern unopened.
Okay.
Even more skewed towards what came out this week versus last week.
Wow.
The people that come in the door, they love today's game. They love today's players, and they want what's new. So that's a lot of times what they come to the store for is the modern, right, what came out right now, unopened. And now most everybody knows Topps, Fanatics. Within a few weeks here, I think they're going to have the football license also.
Right.
So Topps is back to producing what they did 50 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Not hockey, but the other three major sports, and some wrestling, I believe, and Star Wars. And they'll be producing everything that's licensed.
Mm-hmm.
And people seem to like it. They do a wonderful job with creativity, photography. I just saw the recent Stadium Club stuff. Mm-hmm. And even though I'm a vintage guy, the photography is unbelievable. And I believe that's what Stadium Club is known for.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just some great pictures, odd pictures maybe of the players communicating with the fans or a mascot or something. So people love, the modern unopened.
Oh, yeah. So what would you say is like what are people looking for that open the unopened today, the modern unopened today? What are they looking for? I know it's not base cards.
No. It's tough if you're a team collector or a player collector. Back when I considered vintage, maybe pre-95, pre-90, not vintage, but when you could build a set,
yeah,
when you can chase your favorite player, your favorite team, that really is not attainable anymore because of the short prints and everything. So I believe everybody is looking for the autographs, the numbered cards, the cards with color, or the major prospect, who, if they're prospectors too, to see if they can predict who's going to be what and have an increase in value.
Yeah. What would you say what is the average price for an unopened box today?
Billy, who runs my retail operation, would probably have a better idea. I'm thinking the flagship, which is Topps regular issue card that they've been making since the 50s. I believe a hobby box is in the $150 range, a jumbo box, $250. But that's the low-end flagship product.
Yeah.
Most other things start to run $300, $400, $500, $600, and then you get to some of the higher-end stuff that's $800 to $1,200. Maybe has one pack in it.
Wow.
So
collecting has shifted, unopened has shifted in its appeal. Obviously, they have the base cards, but I've heard that many times in other stores, I don't know if this is accurate for our store, that some people just leave the base cards.
Yes, they say give them away to the next kid that comes in the shop.
Yeah, give them away, which is obviously nice of them, but it shows sort of a shift in the collecting.
Yes.
Than what it was when we were kids.
Right.
When we were kids, we were trying to collect a set or trying to collect a team or a player, as you said. I remember in the 80s, I was trying to get as many Michael Jordans, as many Nolan Ryans, as many Ryan Sandbergs as I possibly could. Even if I had 10 of them, I wanted the 11th or 12th or 13th. Of course, as a big Cubs fan, I wanted all my Cubs sets, which I have a run of Cubs sets from 1953 or 52. I think I'm missing a couple cards in 52. But I quit in 1990 because there was just too many products at the time. So with people coming into the store, spending this kind of money, they're looking to get autographs, they're looking to get color, as you said, probably game
Serial
used.
numbered, game used. Yep.
Yeah. And so, but there is still collectors out there today that collect teams
there still are.
and collects players.
Always be collectors. We did a podcast that this industry will always still be the collector.
Yes.
You know, the industry could crash, and a lot of collectors would enjoy that because then it would become more affordable to be a collector again.
I will say
Always
this.
collectors.
I will say this. You know, we do breaking, as you mentioned.
Yes.
I would have loved to watch that as a kid, watching other people on, open boxes.
I always wanted to open them myself, but things you couldn't afford, you still enjoy watching people do it.
Right.
There's still, breaking is still a lot of people looking for the home run and the hit. Mm-hmm. But it is a good way for the collector to still get the things they want. Mm-hmm. For example, some of these boxes that are $500, $600 a piece, where the 10-box case is $5,000, $6,000. You couldn't buy a case for $5,000, $6,000 if you collect the White Sox.
Right.
Now you can get into a break and buy the White Sox spot. Usually it's one of the lower valued spots for, I don't know, $50, $75, $100, and you get all the White Sox in that case. That's probably the only way these days you can build a nice collection of your team, is to do it that way.
Right. So that's a plus. And while, guys our age are like, we're trying to get accustomed to the new way of doing things, there certainly is some pros in, buying breaks and getting the cards that you actually do want. I still like to get autographs in person at spring training and things like that. You can even buy those base cards.
Yeah.
Which, I've gotten in a couple of breaks myself at different companies to get the Heritage base cards.
Yep.
I just want the Heritage base cards.
Sometimes they'll sell the whole spot. Right. To get all the base cards in the case. And you couldn't do that to buy a case. It cost you thousands of dollars.
No, right. And I still like to actually look at the cards on the back and learn who the players are and look at the stats. So it's sort of a cost-effective way of getting that done today. And while I don't collect a lot of the newer, higher-end type cards, it still gives me a way to get what I actually want.
Yep. Occasionally I'll watch, our guys doing breaks. And there's a chat on the side, and I overestimated how I thought people were only in the rooms for that big home run of the Grand Slam. But I see a lot of comments of they'll hit an autographed player of somebody. I'm like, that's not that exciting to me. An Edgar Martinez autograph. But the guy who collects the Mariners is all excited.
Right.
That goes right into my PC.
Yeah.
So, there are still collectors. Well, there's always going to be collectors. But
yeah, absolutely.
Collectors who still get excited about something that maybe to me is, an everyday item that I wouldn't think twice about having any interest in.
Now, I know that as far as, I know a lot of people ask you what you collect. And, you can't collect everything. This is your business, right?
Yep.
But there's obviously things that you like better than others. And it's usually, more vintage because that's what we grew up with. But some of these boxes in the 90s, early 2000s, mid 2000s, they've went up tremendously in
basketball
in
especially.
Basketball especially. Do you see today in the modern product, and I'm talking, 2024, 2023 and on, do you see products becoming rare and having that same type of value that vintage products have had? I heard someone say today, or a couple days ago, that Topps is being produced more than it ever has been. Do you think that we're going to see that rarity, or do you think that we're entering into a period where everything is being more mass-produced?
Good question. Again, we really don't know production levels. Some people can figure it out by odds on the wrappers. It seems that with modern product, in the past when something was overproduced, you felt it because of the price. It took a dive. It'd go below cost quickly. It seems like modern products, everything from the last 2 or 3 years, prices have only gotten stronger. Right. Even on a product that's been on the shelves for years. still very strong, the price.
And that is interesting. There used to be, times where I know you would order cases and
The day I got them,
there you go.
I could buy them from somebody else below what I paid from Tops.
Right. And, we hear that story. I hear that story from a lot of guys that had shops in the 90s, early 2000s, or even still have shops today. They lost their license with, or their account with this brand or that brand.
It wasn't that big of a deal.
It wasn't that big.
The secondary market.
Right.
Yep.
Because the secondary market, they were sometimes begging you to take more.
Yep.
And it was less than what you
A lot
could
of
get
people
originally.
who have only been in the industry the last 5-6 years don't realize there was some bad times.
Yeah.
In this industry, some very bad times.
Well,
Very slow. Product was, available, cheap. Mm-hmm. The value of even getting the home run in the pack
Sure.
was no big deal. So
For those of you that just come into the hobby, this isn't that long ago.
yeah,
That what we're talking about. I mean, one year I can tell you in particular was 2009 and 2010 basketball, which is one of the best products of the past 26 years.
Yep.
But had a hard time selling that.
Oh, yeah.
2009, 2010, and it was essentially dumped to a lot of big distributors in the country, very cheap. And now, of course, Steph Curry, and
Huge.
maybe the most important card that's never been found, the one of one superfractor from 2009, 2010 of Steph Curry is still maybe out there in a pack today. So, the point is,
In 2015, Bowman baseball. I remember the day it arrived. Now today, Bowman has an incredible line.
Right.
It's very popular. Bowman Draft, Bowman Chrome, Bowman's Best. I remember in 2015, the day Topps shipped us and the Bowman arrived, it was below factory cost.
below factory costs.
Yep.
Wow.
And it wasn't selling. Nobody was that interested in it.
That was the Chris Bryant, Jose Abreu year, maybe?
I don't know. Well, at the time it was Schwarber here in Chicago, I believe.
okay.
I can't remember exactly,
I
but it was
understand.
just
Yeah.
it was, this market wasn't what it is today forever.
No.
There were some bad times.
There were some bad times. I mean, I know that 2012, 13 Prison basketball.
Oh, I remember we had a garage sale and couldn't sell it for $60 a box at the store. So a couple of my employees just ripped it all and get it out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
08, 09, the financial crisis.
Yep.
Things were slow.
Very slow.
The baseball strike really hurt a lot of people in the 90s. Luckily, here in Chicago, we had a guy named Michael Jordan.
Yes.
So the baseball strike didn't hurt us as bad.
Right.
But yeah, there were some bleak days.
Yeah. Michael decided to play baseball and kept some people in business.
Yep.
So yeah, I think too, with as many products as there is nowadays, that obviously the print run of those particular products are not nearly as high. And what I mean is
Any
like
given one.
any given
Yes.
one. So like Topps, Cosmic,
Yes.
that's a lower print run. I can definitely see the collectability of that in an unopened format
Right.
be sustained. And even if the flagship is more produced now than it ever has been. But you alluded to a good point. Even if you're saying that it is produced quite a bit, the prices still keep going up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I don't know if you know this, but for the 2026 Topps product, they've inserted vintage rookie cards in them.
And which is very cool.
There's a redemption for a 52 mantle. Obviously, it's not in the pack because it's a large card, but that's pretty interesting. In fact, I saw the other day some kid got a redemption for a 59 Bob Gibson rookie, graded.
Wow.
So it means there's more than just mantle in there. I've heard there's other vintage cards in there.
And not only that, you bring up a good point with redemption cards. I've noticed they've extended the years, the time to
and
redeem.
Topps has really sped up, from what I understand, the turnaround time and not giving you the unfortunate news that we don't have them anymore.
Right.
Even though it was recent. So with the redemption cards, I believe they've been doing a much better job.
And for those of you that have dealt in unopened for a long time, 90s, early 2000s, you kind of needed to know what was redemption cards and not when buying say vintage.
You don't
or
want to hit a
older.
redemption card from 2001.
Correct.
No, you just own a piece of cardboard now.
Exactly.
With words on it.
Yeah. So I saw I think the Otani Judge dual patch gold MLB logo MVP was just pulled.
Okay.
And I saw the expiration on that.
Oh, the
particular
redemption
card.
was pulled.
Yes.
Okay.
And the expiration was like, I think, 2035.
Oh, really?
So that gives it 9 years to be
Okay.
redeemed. And, I don't know if that's been standard practice the last few years, but it's nice to know. And
You
it's
can even open
smart.
that pack in 2031.
And still
Yep. Okay.
be able to
Yep.
redeem that particular card.
Yeah, imagine if this 101 Superfractor of Curry is a redemption card.
Oh, I know.
I don't believe it is, but
Right.
imagine if a situation like that did occur.
Yeah, well, the card has to be somewhere, and then it's like, well, what these redemption cards have to be somewhere. It's like, where? How
Yes.
how do you give them out? What are the guidelines of giving them out? So yeah, unopened has always been the driving force of the hobby.
Oh, yeah.
One way or the other, and don't knock it before you try it. I know a lot of vintage guys are saying, I don't want to do, but go into a breaking room. Check it out.
Yeah.
You might have a little bit of fun, and it's always cool to see how excited some people get to see their favorite player pulled out of a pack. It hasn't been that long ago where breaking was not the norm.
No, not at all. Nobody
And-
even thought of it.
No,
Yeah.
I haven't even thought of it. But you look on like YouTube to look at maybe packs that this random guy bought at a card shop and went
Got a
home and
$100,000 card.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's very neat to see it, and obviously there's still some things that not as much that I buy, but I still like opening Heritage and getting the
Still
cards
something in
to-
this hobby for everybody.
That's right. So that's it for today and the modern unopened discussion. If you have any comments, feel free to let us know. If you have any topics you'd like us to talk about in the future, please let us know as well. Comment below, and we hope to see you again.